Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're talking about the League of Legends professional offseason once again, the latest and greatest news, rumor, speculation, and all that good stuff going on in the scene. Today, we're more specifically talking about the Nemesis situation as he tweeted out a little update to just kind of what's going on in his life and career and everything a couple of hours ago. He tweeted out, after careful consideration and a lot of thinking, I've decided to not compete in the upcoming spring split. I've had plenty of chance to join a team, but felt like the presented opportunities were not of high enough interest to me. More updates coming soon. So again, the really interesting things to note here are that he said he has decided he is not able to, where like a guy like Crownshot was just saying he's not going to have a starting spot in the LEC or the LCS. So it seemed like Crownshot maybe didn't have as many opportunities and was trying harder to get on team. Whereas Nemesis, it sounds like, he's definitely confirmed that he had offers from teams. Now, we don't know exactly what teams those were. We don't know if they're LEC or LCS. And we also don't know how good or bad the money was in these offers and stuff. So maybe he wanted a little bit more money if he was going to have to go all the way to NA and play on a bad team. Maybe he wanted a little bit more money if he was going to have to play on a lower team in the LEC. Or maybe just none of the rosters interested him. Maybe none of the opportunities interested him. Maybe he didn't want to go over to North America at all. I don't really know, but a lot of people have been asking about Nemesis. Obviously, he has pretty much at this point been confirmed kicked out of Fnatic. I don't know if they've made an official announcement for that or not. But yeah, they have Niski coming in. Nemesis is going to be gone. And it looks like he's not going to be playing in the spring split in 2021 for the LCS or LEC. Now, we've heard rumors and speculation that potentially him and Crownshot are looking at boot camping with LS in Korea for the upcoming split or maybe even the upcoming year to try and obviously hone their skills and also stay just in the scene and getting their names out there and all that stuff. And obviously LS is a very high profile guy in a lot of different ways in the scene, but we'll see if all that stuff's able to work out. There's a ton of travel restrictions, Corona stuff, all that going on. But yeah, I do think it's really, really interesting. Again, I would love to know what teams reached out to him. Maybe he will tell us some of that stuff in the more updates coming soon, obviously. There is a lot of speculation that maybe at one point he was getting looked at by 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses. I think those would have been very exciting rosters, and I don't know why necessarily he wouldn't have wanted to go to either of those teams. Again, I don't know exactly how good or bad the money was or what his financial, family, anything like that situations are, and also what's important to him. Does he want to play on only a top team? Does he want to stay in Europe? Is there a certain amount of money that he wants before he'd go to like a lesser team or something like that? I don't entirely blame him for not wanting to go to like Dignitas or Golden Guardians or something like that, because that would obviously suck, going all the way across the world to the United States to play on a pretty bad team after you were just on Fnatic, just competing for LEC titles, world semifinal spots, stuff like that. So that would be a completely different life, and that would potentially even be bad for your career. If you go to a bad team, players usually look worse on bad teams. It's harder to shine when your supporting cast isn't as good. So that could potentially be like career suicide in a way, which would not be good. Also, Applehead here tweeted out, imagine being Dig and saying he'd rather go teamless than join your organization. I mean, that's true, but again, I don't completely blame him. But that is just completely speculation. We don't know if it was Dig, if it was 100 Thieves, it was Evil Geniuses, whoever who sent him offers. And maybe he did get offers from Europe still. But obviously it seems like he is interested in competing. He is still open to offers and stuff. But it looks like he wants the right situation for him, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's it's an interesting decision by him. We'll see if it works out in the long run or not. But it is interesting because a lot of people were kind of talking crap to teams like, oh, insert LCS team here, insert LEC team here. How are you guys not going after Nemesis? Why does he not have a starting spot? You guys are so dumb. He's definitely, the caliber to be starting in the LCS or starting in the LEC. You're playing for this team. You're playing for that team. And it seems like teams did reach out to him at least. So, I mean, that is a good sign that if he wanted a starting spot, he would have had a starting spot, which is awesome because he's definitely, no matter how bad you think he did in Fnatic, in LEC, at Worlds, whatever, he's for sure a top 10 LEC mid laner. He's for sure a top 10, at least at this moment, LCS mid laner. He is capable and deserving of a starting spot. So I do think it was at least good news that he got those. And it'll be interesting to see how things work out for him in the future. Is a team going to meet his demands as far as roster, as far as their standings in the LEC or LCS in terms of his financial demands? And will Nemesis just be able to bounce back? Because obviously there were some issues and some questions about his play, about his champion pool, about a lot of different things towards the end of his time for Fnatic, where at the beginning people were really hyped for him, people were excited for him. He seemed like potentially a mid laner for the future in the LEC, and then just a year later, he's not even in the league anymore, which is pretty crazy. But if he is able to boot camp in Korea, if he's able to hone his skills, if he's able to expand his champion pool, if he's able to bounce back, which is not impossible, especially for a young player, he could still have a bright, awesome career ahead of him. But yeah, it is cool that he's kind of keeping his options open. If a team does start to struggle in the mid lane in the upcoming split, if a team does want to shake up their roster a little bit, if something isn't working out, as long as he's practicing, being ready to go, then he can slide in at any moment, whether it is NA, whether it's EU, wherever. And I think that is really exciting because I know Nemesis has a lot of fans from his time on Fnatic. Obviously, Fnatic, a super high-profile team, mid lane, a super high-profile position. A lot of people were asking, wondering what's going on with him, and this is the latest update we have. Again, don't know what it means in the short term, don't know what it means in the long term. He says more updates coming soon, and I'll keep you guys up to date on all of that. But Nemesis was given offers to start in 2021. He turned those down, and now, he's looking towards the future. We're going to see what happens next, but it's going to be really interesting to follow and really interesting to see. That's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What team do you think should pick up Nemesis as we go forward? Do you think he'll land a spot, in between spring and summer split? Do you think he won't have a starting spot again until 2022? And what team would you like to see him on? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Subscribe to update on the latest content. Check me out over at Twitch, twitch.tv/I_am_Germ. $25 RP giveaway. First link in the description below. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.